First of all, let me say congratulations to Sandy Brondello for becoming the first head coach ever in the history of the Toronto Tempo, a new expansion franchise. Obviously, caught a lot of people by surprise when she was let go by the Liberty, but she's always been a delight to deal with in my experience, and she seems content and thrilled to be leading the Tempo. And part of that was a bit of a press tour. And in the midst of that, she talked to Sue Bird about the players that were hardest to guard or are hardest to guard from a coach's perspective. One was Asia Wilson. Duh, makes sense. Asia, MVP, champion, all of those things. The other, Caitlin Clark. And Brondello had some recent firsthand experience with what Clark is capable of doing because she had that electric performance against the Liberty this year that left Breanna Stewart in a place where all she could do was smile and laugh. And it's nice whenever somebody, isn't hating on Caitlin Clark. And it was a nice excuse to relive that moment because Clark's injury-riddled season left them few and far between. But the moments that she did have on the floor hit like Mike Tyson. And so here's what New York Liberty coach, sorry, it's hard to believe she's not the Liberty coach. Here's what Toronto Tempo coach Sandy Brondello had to say when she did join Sue Bird. This video is edited up a little bit, but it gets some of the answers in here.
Who's like the hardest to scout against?
Oh, geez, that's a good Asia. I think Asia's really hard to defend. She needs a crowd around her. I think Caitlin Clark is really hard to guard, when she's healthy, just her ability. She gave us a lot of handful this year and, she can shoot it from way out, but she's can pass it. And I think she's been a tough one. But yes, it's analytically driven and trying to work it out. But sometimes the analytics may say, yeah, go under on her. She's not shooting so well. And okay, well, then
she's the best game of her life. Yeah.
She's just made 5, shots. What? No, let's change it. That's when I'm like, I always say analytics, it's great information. It gives you knowledge, but then sometimes you got to see where. Yeah, non-shooter. She can't shoot it, and they make 3 in a row. You're like, okay, let's play a little closer now. Come on, that's when you think, you just got. This is what I see. That's why I say I'm human driven and data informed. And
so that's a smart approach from Coach Brondello. I remember I had a class in school on the hot hand fallacy, which basically the hypothesis was that the hot hand doesn't exist because over time the numbers are what they are. But we've all seen when somebody is hot. And Caitlin Clark was scorching hot in that game against the Liberty. She had come back from the injury in that one, and she scored 9 points in 32 seconds or whatever it was. I think that was about the number. There it is. Pull up. Bang. Or it would be You Bet, but Ryan was out on paternity leave for that one. She went and got the ball back, pulls up, cash. Just gave them everything they could handle in that game. And here's the one. Clear out, step back, right over Breanna Stewart, and the smiles and the laughs. Sandy Brondello was actually caught in the background of that image here too. You can see when they eventually come together. Oh, that was another one. They tacked onto the highlights. Here's the isolated Breanna Stewart play with the step back. This is just one of those great moments because, obviously Stewie's a legend. Step back, cash, and then that moment. Where's Sandy? There she is. See? In the background right there. So she has firsthand experience on how hard it is to guard Caitlin Clark, and just an excuse in a certain sense to relive one of the moments that made you feel alive when it comes to Caitlin Clark basketball, because unfortunately we all know how the season went, and that's why so many people are anticipating her return to the floor, even if it's going to be a minute. But when she does return, one of the teams that will be in the league is the Toronto Tempo, led by Sandy Brondello. So congrats again.